Hello.
Hello.
More Steins.
Yes. We're back with more Steins. Once again. More shenanigans. You forgot your... No, it's right here.
Yeah, my tablet is right here.
Does it have power on it?
Should. I haven't used it since. So, yeah.
Okay. It's just, sometimes things still use power when you don't use it because it's on.
Yeah, but my tablet don't because the screen never turns on while it's closed like this. So, there's barely any power it uses. Oh, anyways. We changed the past.
Yes.
We didn't get the outcome we wanted.
No. Because Lukaku accidentally put in one wrong digit.
Can you really say that was Lukaku's fault? Technically, they explain it as Lukaku's fault.
Well, it was Lukaku who did it.
Yeah. But is it fate?
That is the big question, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, Lukaku misdid it, whether it was by just it being Lukaku's fault or it being the world just kind of, getting back on its feet from the shit we just did. I don't know, but Lukaku's definitely still mispressed it. I'm not saying it's Lukaku's fault. I'm just saying Lukaku mispressed it.
Yeah, Lukaku gave the wrong numbers. I obviously don't know enough about Lukaku to know whether they are that clumsy. Generally.
I would think you actually kind of know enough about that.
Okay.
You see Lukaku get flustered a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
So, you already seen Lukaku be flustered enough.
I find it interesting that he decided to get Lukaku to do it.
Well, it seemed like Okabe didn't really believe that mail.
No.
So
but that's also
probably why.
That's also the problem they have right now.
Yeah.
Is that they have just started.
Yeah.
And they're gonna send D-mails into the past where they don't know that they're able to do this yet.
Yeah.
So therefore they're obviously not gonna trust it.
Yeah.
The best thing right now would be to wait another week or so and then try again.
Yes.
But
they're not gonna do that, obviously.
No, obviously.
Obviously, Okabe is not gonna wait a week.
Oh, why would you do that? That's not Okabe.
No. According to Okabe, that's stupid.
Yeah.
He wants results now.
Yeah. But yes. So it's just a little hard sending it to someone who doesn't believe that you can do that kind of thing.
Yes. No, he's not completely objected to it at the very least.
No, but
Unlike Kurisu, but it's still gonna be hard to trust a dubious mail that says it's coming from you from 1 week in the future. That sounded as dubious as it did.
Yeah, I'm a little confused as to why they're sending it from his phone to his phone.
Well, they're just supposed to send it to himself in the past.
Yeah, but they could have sent it from someone else.
Yeah, but they didn't do that.
From Daru or from Mayoshi or... Well, Kurisu probably wouldn't make sense.
Because he wouldn't know.
He wouldn't really be... she wouldn't be part of this at that point.
Definitely not.
So, but they have other options.
Yeah, but I'm not sure it's gonna give a different outcome either way.
Yeah, also wouldn't help with Moeka.
Shining a finger!
Yeah. Because, again, also not really talking at that point.
No, we literally just met when we were just walking somewhere, and she was like, "You got an IBM 5100? Do you know where it is? Please tell me, I need it." And we're like, "That was weird."
Yeah.
And then we're like, "Wait, we need an IBM 5100! Damn it!"
So yeah, but that's... Yeah.
What a quinkadoodle.
I think it... Because in my opinion... It would seem more sketchy if it seemed like that message was sent from yourself.
Maybe.
Because then you'd be like, this is a scam. Mm-hmm. I would definitely be like, that's a scam. If I received a weird 3-part message from myself...
It would be the same if you received it from your friends, though, honestly, in my opinion. It really would.
It would be a bit different.
It would still be a scam.
It would still be weird, obviously, but as soon as it's from yourself, you're like, no, I have not sent this. This is bullshit. Kind of
it's
thing.
From the future, so...
Yeah. But...
I wouldn't believe it in either way, is all I'm saying. Personally.
I'm just saying you would be more... What's the word? More inclined.
We had the same word in our brain when we said that. Yeah. I also said inclined. You just said more inclined. Yes, inclined is the word.
More inclined to do what it says if it's from your friend rather than if it's from yourself.
I don't think so personally, but I don't know Okabe. So
I'm not saying more inclined to the point where you would actually do it.
No.
But you would be less adverse of it. If
personally, no, but I don't know what you would do, and I don't know what Okabe would do, is all I'm saying. It's a subjective opinion.
It's just,
how much you trust things.
Like, you get an email.
Why do we keep discussing this? We already agreed to disagree. What more is there to talk about?
That I am sure that I can get you to see it from my point of view.
I see it from your point of view because you're more trusting of other people. If you know them.
Oh, yeah.
No. I'm not.
No, it was...
So that's what I'm saying. Personal experience. I wouldn't do it.
It's not about personal experience. That's not what I mean. It is not about whether I trust these people who are sending me this email or not. It is the fact that the email doesn't come from my own email. As soon as something As soon as something comes from my own email, it is just like way more sketchy compared if it's if it's from a friend. Obviously, the likelihood to actually do what it says, between the two, negligible, because no matter what, you're not really gonna do it, obviously, because you're like, this is a scam.
But if it's negligible, you're not more inclined.
You are more inclined.
You can't say that. You are more inclined. I am not more inclined. End the discussion. That is the conclusion we have to this. All right. That's all.
Okay. I think you're just shutting my argument down. That's what I'm saying.
That's
what it feels like to me.
No, as I'm saying, personally, I don't have that train of thought, but I don't know if anyone else does. That's all I'm saying. I'm not shutting it down. I'm just saying I don't have that.
But you're also not going with me on the thought experiment I'm doing.
I am listening to you, and when you get to the conclusion of your argument, I disagree. That's all there is to it.
Can I give it another shot?
No.
Put it different.
No. You already said it 3 times, if not more. We're done.
But this time it's...
No, we play game now.
Okay.
Nope, no more. Because I know this is going to take forever.
I just wanted
you had 3 tries.
Okay, I just wanted you to agree with me, but I wasn't...
I'm not going to agree.
No, but I wasn't able to put it in a way where you would see what it is I mean. Because currently you aren't seeing it, is what I'm gathering.
It's not that I'm not seeing it. I just don't have that
If you were seeing it, you would at least agree to some parts of what I'm saying.
No.
But you're not.
It's a matter of perspective.
Yeah. The problem was
that
I kept using the same argument.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't have. I should have changed the context of it. So you could see what I mean.
Did I just say no more discussing?
I am not making another argument.
Play game now!
Okay.
God damn it! I don't know. He's like sitting 45 degrees right now. Keeping himself
tired.
Yeah.
The D-mail I sent has vanished from my sent history. So yes, the one he sent.
Yes.
But I assume he has the D-mail that he received.
Yeah, he hasn't received. It's just not part of his sent history for some weird reason.
No, because that part changed.
I mean, obviously they wouldn't send that D-mail because they already sent it.
They wouldn't, like... It's
he already got a D-mail about winning the lottery, therefore he wouldn't think about that now.
Yeah, exactly. It's the whole idea of, like... They're slightly tapping into the grandfather paradox, except for the fact that it has still been done.
Yes.
The message has still been sent.
Yes.
But it's just been sent from another time, where they would actually
timeline.
From another, yeah.
Still a timeline at this point.
It's time. Okay.
Because we have not jumped to a different world.
It's a little confusing because I am not sure if you want to use timeline or not.
Timeline I use when it's still within the same world line. So...
That's confusing as fuck.
No, timelines are basically, small things you change, but the general outcome is still gonna be the same. Like, CERN's still gonna take over the world even if it did this. Therefore, we're still in the same world line. It's just a slight butterfly flick, My foot's sleeping.
Where's it sleeping?
Because it was sitting on it earlier.
Oh.
It's slightly waking up, so now it's prickling.
I hate touching my foot when it's sleeping.
I hate moving it when it's like waking up.
Yeah.
It's so prickly.
Because it's such a weird feeling.
But I still sit on it regardless.
Because you're an idiot.
Yeah,
I mean, I do the
fucking buffoon.
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm the same. It's because it's like at the moment it's comfortable.
Yeah, because I don't want to sit on my butt.
And then at some point it starts hurting, so you stop doing it. But then your foot is asleep, and then it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And you're like, why did I do that? But the next time you're like, this is comfortable.
Yeah, I don't think about the consequences of my actions when I do it.
No.
That's all. Because it's not dangerous, it's just annoying and weird.
Do you want to control again?
If you want me to.
Because I have some... I think I have something I might write down. It's more of a thing that I don't think is actually going to be answered in the game, really.
I don't know.
It's more... at least not right now. It might be something that gets answered way later on, if anything. But right now...
Look at him staring into space. He's like... Damn it, everyone forgot. Brooding. It looks like he's just dissociating at this moment.
Yeah.
He's just like, Bringle brr.
Yeah.
That's how that looks.
No, stop. Stop. Stop! Go away. Why can't I? That's dumb. Okay. So, no. I know it sounds like it starts with an H, but it doesn't. Just like everyone's memories.
Oh, you gotta read it?
Just to get this going.
That's a little flashback, so it's going.
I suck at writing question marks.
Don't worry about it.
The email should be there, but it's not.
Dun, dun, dun!
Well, that's not really a revelation.
No,
We already knew that.
At this point in the game, no, but out of context.
Yeah, I suppose.
That's why I did it.
I guess.
Another pineapple for your kitty.
I already have a pineapple. I don't want a pineapple. Well, I can always, turn my duplicates into new stuff. Almost as if it never existed in the first place.
Except that it got sent to you, so...
Yeah. Like we were saying.
Yeah.
Timelines. Another timeline, you actually did it, but in this timeline, you didn't do it.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Hello, Suzuha.
But for some reason, the message still ended up in this timeline.
That's because it was sent to the past, and when he received it, it diverged to something else, like the butterfly effect.
The message is the cause of this timeline.
Exactly.
So therefore, the message still exists.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like a butterfly effect, but...
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's not exactly the same as a butterfly effect either, because that one has the grandfather paradox, but you know what I mean.
It's just a bunch of train tracks, and depending on how far away you change onto a new track, it can either be a timeline or a wall line.
Yeah.
But yes.
Also, anyways. How far away from the current timeline.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
But yes, I just need to take a walk and clear my head a little.
そこの岡部倫太郎さ。洗脳されたような顔してるよ。大丈夫？
That's what he said.
洗脳。俺が。
I'm brainwashed. No.
ここには他に誰
He's a
もいないじゃん。
little bit ghoulish right now. If anything. He's not really himself.
そうだな。
She's a bit confused at the moment.
Oh yeah, I definitely also
そ
like.
れはどっちに対するストーリ
I
ー
know how this feels, my dude. I'm like, I know this happened. Why is nobody agreeing with me? What
Find
happened?
physical proof. Ah! That's literally you when you're looking for my fucking underwear at one point. I'll never forget it. You're like, I know I saw it, and there was nothing. We turned it upside down 3 times. It wasn't there.
It was in. I was 100% sure that it was in the laundry bag with the clean laundry, but it was not in that pile of laundry that's in the laundry bag. It was in another pile of laundry that was in your room instead.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I knew they were in a pile of laundry.
That is old laundry, so that couldn't have been the one you saw.
No, the pile of laundry that was in your room was also clean laundry.
Yeah, but it was an old.
It was an
bundle.
older clean, yeah. But I just knew it was in a pile of clean laundry. That's all. That's technically all I knew. But I was 100% sure that it had to be the new one. But apparently
It wasn't.
No.
Clearly.
洗脳されたこと？
I can't trust
他に誰もいないこ
thoughts,
と？
my memories. It's all fucked.
It is.
What?
Yeah, he was confused,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Wait, are you confused about being brainwashed or about nobody else being here?"
You're here.
Yeah, except for that.
Okay.
洗脳されたことだ。
されたの？
And obviously she was like, "Wait, what? It's true? Damn it!"
She takes it seriously.
Yes, it takes everything seriously when it comes to that stuff.
Suzuha suddenly steps up to me and grabs my face.
Damn.
Then she forces my eyes open with her thumbs. That very uncomfortable.
何をする？
Yeah.
動かないで。
Okay.
Suzuha peers into my eyes with a serious expression.
大丈夫。洗脳されてない。
What?
She took it so seriously.
How the fuck are you able to deduce that?
I don't know.
なんだと？
It feels like she knows exactly how to see when someone's brainwashed. I'm like, where the fuck did you grow up, girl?
Yeah, first of all, how do you know that? Second of all, how are you so sure that there aren't multiple ways of brainwashing people with multiple ways of seeing how
What are you talking
whether
about?
or not
Only
they're
CERN
affected?
could do that.
洗脳されてる時ってさ、下まぶたの中に
Wait,
よ
did
く
I
チ
skip
ップが
something
仕込まれてる
accidentally?
ことがあるんだよね。
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
You can try and press X. Press X to doubt. No?
No. It's just what? It was just your face. You're like, not again. Kind of
No,
face.
no. I was just thinking. Don't worry. Anyways. Why would they put a chip there? That seems dumb.
I don't know.
A chip? Like a potato chip?
Have a lead this potato chip. Plankton!
What?
Oh, you never watched Death Note?
No, I've never watched Death Note.
His inner thoughts while he's killing people, and it's all epic animation and everything. He says, "I'll take this potato chip and I'll eat it." It's so epic.
Okay.
You should watch that later. It's the English dub that makes it so good. That.
Immediately after saying that, Suzuha gasps and covers her mouth.
Oops!
What's
You weren't supposed to hear that.
今のは機密扱いでお願い。
I love you, Suzuha. You're
Are
being
you-
cray-cray right now.
Are you also Chunibyo? Is that what's going on here? Don't tell me. Is she Chunibyo?
そうか。
Oh.
You've been captured by the... Yeah.
機関に捕らえられていた経験があるのだな。
Yeah, he's basically calling her Chunibyo. Just like me.
Well, that's not exactly what you say. That's what what is being implied.
That is what he's insinuating. He said, you've been captured by the organization, just like me. Therefore, you must be on the same foot as me, and therefore you must be Chunibyo.
The only difference is that he's not directly like
No, he's not directly saying it, but he's
insinuating that they're Chunibyo because he doesn't believe he's Chunibyo. He believes that he has been taken by the
he's
organization.
been Chunibyo for so long, he believes at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
But still, it is basically what he's saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Suzuha's like, organization? You mean CERN?
Might as well be.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Say no more!
お前の苦しみ、俺にはよく理
He's
解
just
でき
going
る。
down a fucking tangent now.
How much power does he have? That's pretty.
そう？バイトのお姉ちゃん、洗脳って何？
Brainwashing.
I mean, I
A small child like her wouldn't know.
I don't know what she says in Japanese, obviously,
Well,
because
I'm not sure. She just kind of says it slowly, "Senno," and brainwashing is pronounced "senno," so she's basically saying the same.
Okay.
But I think she's just spelling it out like maybe hiragana in the game. I don't fucking know. I wouldn't know if they spelled it with different kanji or not.
No.
I'm not that good, and I don't know what brainwashing is in kanji, but I assume it's at
それ
least
に
two.
はこの法院京馬が答えてやろ
Sure.
いいです。
Good thing, Nai. You're responsible, the only responsible person around here.
う。え？
Fucking sure. It's like, wait, what?
苗は岡部倫太郎が怖いみたいだね。
Yeah.
For a good reason.
シェスター・ブラウンよ。
Sister
俺に
Brown.
イフを抱くのはいいが、同時に世界を股にかけるマッドサイエンティストへの敬意も払うべきだ
Or
ぜ。
I'm the world's most infamous mad scientist. Sure.
Then why have I never heard of you?
世界を股にかけてるの？
You're infamous?
いかにも。俺の天才的な灰色の脳細胞は世界各国の首脳が欲しがるほどのものなのだ。
Sure thing, buddy. We'll just roll with it at this point. You just get used to it. Nice, like, wow.
Oh, I was hoping she was gonna be like, then why have I never heard of you? If you're so infamous.
Yeah.
今みたいなことを言うんだよ、苗。
I mean, she probably does.
That's how people talk when they've been brainwashed, Naya.
That's also funny.
Yeah. What?
Eh?
Really?
何を言うそこのバイト戦士俺は真実しか話していないのだからこれは洗脳などではない
His Japanese argument was, since I've only ever spoken the truth, I am not brainwashed. That was what he said in Japanese. It's even dumber than that.
Because this is like, my brain has not been washed since the day I was born. It's like...
It's so dumb, but the other stuff is also just fucking stupid. It's like, I've only ever spoken the truth. Therefore, my brain has never been washed. I'm like, sure. You know, a brainwashed person would say that too, you know?
It makes it sound like he doesn't know what brainwashing is. You know, you don't wash your brain. It's...
Yes, he's a liar.
It's, while the word is comprised of two words,
brain and washing. You don't wash your brain.
You don't wash the brain. It's kind of like, I don't know who decided that's how you're supposed. That's the word for it.
I think it's supposed to give the image of like washing your brain clean, so you're able to control them.
Yeah.
I think that's the image it's supposed to invoke. Why? I don't fucking know.
No, but don't take it literally.
No. Don't wash your brain, regardless. You're not gonna survive, I don't think.
No. No.
Don't do it. Your brain is comprised of a lot of fat. If you start washing it with soap, the fat will go away. I'm pretty sure you'll die.
And if you use hot water, there's a potential, you can potentially render the fat.
Yeah.
Which means that it's also gonna go away.
Yeah. Don't do it. That's all I'm saying. Just don't wash your brain.
Don't open up your head.
Hey, also don't open up your head. It's gonna lead to infections in your brain. You're gonna die of that too.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a reason why they're very careful when they do, brain surgery. So yeah, don't even attempt it.
No, it's a bad idea.
Bad idea.
誰がおじさんか
Poor Nai.
子供相手に怒鳴っちゃダメだよ。怯えてるじゃん。
But Mr. makes me sound old. Well, to her, you're old.
Yeah. She's like, what? Not even 10, I think. Yeah, that's also true.
I'm not even old enough to drink yet. What a disgrace.
Yeah, he's 1 year too young.
I mean, for fuck's sake. When I was younger, it's like when I was like in 3rd grade or something like that, people in 7th grade seemed like old people.
Yeah, exactly.
So
he's like double her age or something, so
at least.
Yeah. But it's slowly like moving closer, but still like 45 degrees to her. She's also just like, but she's sitting upright unlike someone else.
That's just how he does it.
Paulo does it.
Yeah. No, there's no point getting angry at a child. No, why would you get angry at a child? They haven't done anything. They don't understand it the way you do.
Okabe is the kind of person where his emotions just run ahead of him. He doesn't even realize when he's done before it's too late.
Yeah.
That's why he's saying it like that.
Yeah.
He obviously doesn't necessarily mean to get angry at... Sorry, it was a Twitch. To get angry at a child, but sometimes it just happens, alright?
Yeah.
And then after the fact, he's like, shit.
I need to show composure as an adult. Wait, fuck, I am old.
He's not even an adult yet. What are they talking about up there?
It's probably Daru.
Yeah, it's Daru, obviously. Who else would it be?
Fucking shit again.
Yeah. It's really sad that he has so much of this in the start, because his character arc is actually pretty endearing.
Because
Perfect gentleman.
Okabe,
That's not better.
How old was Okabe again?
19.
19. Okay, and it's you're an adult when you're 20.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you're legal when you're 20.
So he's just an old teenager.
Yeah, he is.
That's it.
I will always remember this because there's a character in Steins Gate 0 who is 21 and is a lolly. And Dara's like, legal lolly for the win! Every single fucking time.
Yeah, I know those kinds of characters.
Yeah. And she's like not having it, by the way. She's like
her.
not fucking again.
Yeah, good for her.
Yeah, she's a great character. She's a scientist too, so she's great.
Oh well.
She's just so small. It's adorable, and her hair's all ruffled. She doesn't care about her appearance. It's amazing. I love that the English was. What does that even mean in Japanese? It's just, huh? That's
I mean,
so
how
native.
else are you gonna like translate that? Really?
Exactly. It's just a Japanese like culture thing. It's like implied in context what that means. It's like when you write "le gasp" in English. It's the same thing.
What?
Honestly, it's like what?
You write what?
Le gasp.
I have never.
No. Oh my god, that's such an old fucking meme.
Okay.
Instead of just writing gasp, you put "le" in front of it. Le gasp.
Okay.
Oh well.
Because it's like you could translate it to like
Huh?
a what?
Yeah.
But it's not.
But that's not really what she's
doesn't-
reacting to. She's
No,
not,
exactly.
Like, she's not like, what did you just say? She's like, what the fuck do you mean about that?
Yeah, it is specifically what do you mean?
Yeah.
So
What do you mean?
So it is best to just outright just write it in English.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it could be misunderstood.
Exactly.
And since we can hear them clearly from here, Suzuha starts struggling. Also, I like that he was like,
ずっと聞いていたか
I like that Daro said, I'm not a perv, I'm a pervy gentleman.
Yeah.
That's like,
And Kurisa's like,
That's-
what the fuck do you mean by that?
yeah,
That is not a thing.
this is not better.
No.
It's the same thing. It doesn't fucking matter.
No. I know.
But that's, yeah.
That's Daro's character in a fucking nutshell. Honestly, at least at this point in the story, he's a pervy gentleman.
It's like he agrees that he is pervy,
Yeah.
but he thinks that he's
But he's
being a
not
gentleman
necessarily
about it.
going to act upon it. He just says things and
Yeah.
thinks things, but he doesn't act on it.
He thinks he's being nice about it,
Yeah.
like gentlemanly.
Yeah.
But
You got nothing on Professor Layton, let me say you that. Professor Layton is a true gentleman. Honestly. There's no better fucking, like, picture perfect gentleman than Professor Layton.
James Bond.
No. Professor Layton all the way.
Okay.
He's even a better gentleman than James Bond is. In my opinion.
No, I'm not gonna say that.
What?
Sherlock Holmes. He's not a gentleman.
Not a gentleman.
No, he's an ass.
He's an absolute ass who doesn't understand what social norms are. As you will learn in even in Ace Attorney Chronicles.
Yeah.
He's a delight, but sometimes you just turn fucking left in the game and he's just hanging on the wall, so you know.
Yeah, he's just there.
Yeah. Because she was wondering how heavy this crowd would feel. That was his brain. I fucking love it.
He goes off on a whim.
Yeah.
As soon as she thinks about something, he's like, I need
He
to
has
investigate.
ADHD. I'm like 100% sure he has ADHD because his
Yeah.
brain goes everywhere at once.
New thought, new thing to investigate.
Yeah.
Immediately.
And then he goes there and he usually finishes it. And then he's immediately like, oh, hey, look over there.
Yeah.
That's literally what's going. His brain's like hyper mode all the time. Okay.
タイムマシンのことも
No.
ああ、うん。聞いちゃった。やれないかな
Way to go, you! That's also like an old saying in Japanese. I don't know about the English version.
I was like, you have already been told by her that she can hear you when the window is open.
I guess he didn't have proof whether it was true or not. Now he has proof. He heard it himself.
No, but
now he's like, fuck,
the fact that she has told you that she can hear you should be enough of a concern that you should close the goddamn window when talking about this. Either close the window or don't shout. Okay?
Telling him to not shout.
Yeah, I know that's not gonna be hard. That's not gonna be easy which is why I'm saying like close the window.
Yeah, but then they're gonna die of fucking heat stroke.
What's better? Dying of a heat stroke or people finding out your secret?
I think they're equally bad. It's either death or people hear a secret and potentially death from that, compared to who hears you, I guess.
Like if Søren were to find out about this,
they would confiscate that time machine on the go.
Well,
on the dot.
That too, but I'm also just thinking, like, what would they do to them? Like, if they were to, kill...
What do you think they would do to them? Would they kill them? Or erase their memories? Or...
I don't know what kind of technology they have.
Force them to work under them? I don't know.
I don't know what kind of technology they have, so I have no idea, honestly.
No. Okay.
But I was just kind of going off on a tangent of, like, well, if they're going to kill them, is that going to be worse than dying of heat stroke?
Which one is faster?
It's not necessarily about which one is faster, but definitely most of the time when it comes to dying, it's definitely about which one is faster.
Yeah.
Because if it takes, the longer it takes, the more
pain and anguish you're going to be in.
Yes.
In many different fronts.
I was thinking about a specific word, but I can't.
Anguish! Sorry.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts came out there.
But I wasn't specifically looking for pain, because it doesn't necessarily have to be pain.
No.
It's just...
I was talking both physical and mentally when I said those things.
Yeah. But also not anguish, but I don't know, that doesn't matter. You kind of get the point with what you said, so... What is it way to go you supposed to mean? That you got it to work?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit less obvious in Japanese.
Okay.
So it's kind of abbreviating some words there. But it is an old saying. Again, it's 90 saying.
俺はお前の口を封じなければならなく
Take extreme. Extreme!
喋ってないよ。私って結構口は硬いからさ。
Getting a little tired.
Oh, we barely even started.
Yeah, I don't know. I've just reached a point where I think I used a lot of energy on arguing and...
That's why I told you to stop. You get geared up about this.
That's not why you told me to stop.
No?
You told me to stop so we could get going.
Yeah. It's like, you tried arguing 3 times. I'm not agreeing with you, and I'm not sure I will, so let's just not.
Yeah. I was just...
agree to disagree, alright?
I was assured that I could put it in a way that you would agree with me, but...
I don't think you would either way. But it's fine.
Nope. Well, I didn't get to exhaust all of my options.
No.
But, yeah, here we are. Like...
It definitely was going the wrong way, I saw it.
Yeah,
I was looking for it,
but it
was like the what's it called? The gear. Yeah, the gear was like going to the right and the chain was going to the left.
Yeah, but I think it's an issue with the frame rate.
It could be.
It could be the frame rate that makes it look like it's going the wrong way.
Not like it matters. I think in the anime you only see it really once, and it was only this short period. The only reason we see more than once here is because it's the VN and there's more text.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, Jeebus. Sorry. Now I'm making you yawn.
Yeah, you definitely are.
Big yawn.
Poor Nai. Poor
I ignore the little
Nai.
girl's honest impression.
I ignore the girl. Fuck them kids.
なんかあったの
I can't wait for you to play Your Turn to Die when it finally finishes. So many fuck them kids memes from Burgerberg. That's his name. It happens to be Kyutaro Burgerberg.
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 Yes. Okay.
Yeah. I love when Japanese people try to make English names. Burgerberg.
Oh. Yeah, that reminds me of some old video games. I think they might either they're from the NES or they're older than that. Where at the end they have put up credits for names, but they have decided to change it, so instead of it being the Japanese names of the actual people who made it, they just came up with some English sounding names. So one of them was like not the last name was not Gonzalez. No, it was Bonzales.
So the Japanese people who did that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love it. Japanese people are so bad at English sometimes, and it's adorable, honestly. I love it.
What was another one? It was like Level Mech something. It's quite hilarious.
And then sometimes they're just so fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Like one thing is they choose a name like Smith. I'm like, sure, whatever, it's funny, haha. But sometimes they come up with the weirdest fucking names like Kyutaro Burgerberg. I'm just like, how the fuck did he come up with that? What the fuck, Nankidai?
Yeah. Let's continue. I'm just gonna try and look up.
そ
Find
れ
this
って
thing.
どういう意味かな
How much do you know about time travel? What do you mean by that question? Asks Suzuha. Oh, you gotta read.
So I explained to her what happened just now.
Oh, timestamp. They're going faster this time.
信じらんない
But there's not a change of scene.
No. It's
So-
just time passed. I told her some things.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just a way of being like, okay, he's now explaining what just happened, what they just did.
Yeah.
So,
そんなの
or at least what
聞い
he
たことないよ
remembers what they did.
Yeah.
本当のこと言ってる
Huh. She doesn't know what he's talking about.
No.
Yes, she should.
当たり前だ、俺たちは紛れもなくタイムマシンを開発した。そして過去を変えることができたのだ。
Nice.
我らの偉業を否定することは誰にもできない。そう、誰にもだ。
Sure.
ああもうそういうことじゃなくて君の言うことが本当なのかどうかわかんないけどさ
She's like, I don't care about you making a time machine. That's not what's important here.
You want to hear these names?
ジョン・タイターに聞いてみればいいよ
Because I have found it.
Oh, sure. Hit me.
Sleeve McDykel.
Oh my god, it's not even a real name.
Onson Sweemy. Daryl. Well, that at least sounds.
Somewhat like a real name.
Archideld. Or Archideld. I don't know.
It doesn't matter. It sounds like a Japanese person that came up with an English name and still sounds Japanese. Still uses Japanese sound vowels.
Anatoly Smorin. Ray McShriff. Glenallen Mixon. Mario How the fuck am I supposed to pronounce this? It's like Mech RLWAIN.
Can I see?
Yeah.
I haven't easy time seeing it.
It's
Bobson Dugnut.
yeah, it's the one with Mario.
Yeah. Macrolane, I think it's supposed to be pronounced, but I don't know how Japanese people came up with that shit.
No. Raul. Yeah, right. Raul.
You can still pronounce it as Raul in English. So
You can? Okay.
because it's Spanish.
Raul. Chamberlain. Kevin Nogelny. Tony Schmerick.
Schmerick.
Bobson Dognut.
Yeah, Bobson Dognut.
Willie Dustis.
Or Donut, I don't know.
Jeremy Gride. Scott Dirk. I think that's what it's supposed to be. It's like Dawork. Dirk. I think they're trying to be a bit French here with that name.
Sure. It doesn't sound very French, but...
Sean Furcutt. Dean Worsery. Mike Truck. Dwight Portugal.
Portugal?
Yeah, no, not Portugal. Portugal.
Portugal! Oh my god, they're running out of fucking names at this point.
Tim Sandale. Carl Dandleton. Mike Cernandez. And yes.
Not Fernandez, but Cernandez.
Yeah, Cernandez. And then, yes, Todd Gonzalez.
That's so fucking funny.
I don't remember if it's like it was because they wanted English sounding names in the credits for the English release, or if there was like another reason for this. But this I do believe
hilarious.
I do believe it's from like the credits.
Yeah. Okay, hilarious.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway, Suzuha says, I think you should try asking John Titor about that experience. Sus as fuck, but sure.
John Titor.
How do you know about John Titor?
I mean, she's probably heard them talk about it.
Yeah.
I assume.
ほら今さ話題になってるらしいじゃん過去へ遡ってきたタイムトラ
Or
ベ
she's
ラ
on ad channel.
Oh, she's heard people talk about him being on that channel.
Yeah, that could
She
also
just
be.
bike around, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
なんか知ってっかもよ同じタイムトラベラー同士ってことで
Also, not to mention, she knows about the 5100.
Yes, she says she's heard about it from someone who's dead.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
She knows a little bit about it, that's what she
Like,
said.
yeah. She said that she knew someone, or she knows someone who knows about it, and he was like, "Who's that? Take me to them." And she's like, "They're dead."
I can't, they're dead.
Yeah. So
But,
that because of that, she might be a bit more into this community thing. That is
perhaps.
like interested in this. So that could be the case.
確かにお前の言う通りかもしれん。あいやそれで間違いない。
No bother doubt it.
yes, nobody doubt it.
What? The undoing of past events.
The Underguild!
Undergoing. The undoing. The undoing of past events could possibly be explained through the many worlds interpretation that John Titor talked about.
I love that you said John Titor's full name instead of just Titor.
I don't know. That's just what came to my head.
Yeah, I know. From John Titor. Where did you find that? That's written in a proprietary IBM programming language used prior to 1975. You can only decipher it with an IBM 5100. In case people forgot.
Yeah.
Just reading it in case people forgot. It's been a few streams.
And comes to think of it, it was Titor's advice that led me to the IBM 5100.
True.
Also, why is he writing in Japanese? Well, I mean,
He's on that channel. Why?
He's on that channel. Why is he
wouldn't
Japanese
John?
now?
I don't know.
Why does he know Japanese?
I don't know.
I don't understand. He should be able to give me a hint this time too. Yeah, he is probably.
John Titor seems to be very knowledgeable in this area. Yes.
ジョン・タイターは
Here we go.
こ
Again.
の俺を導くために未来からやってきたかもしれん。
Well, I just have to live through these moments.
なあ、そうだ。
Can't really do much about it.
He's
や
just
つがこの
having fun with
2010年へ
it.
とやってき
To
た
the
のは
point that he started believing in it.
まさしくシュタインズゲートの選択だよ。エルプサイコングルー。
Yes, that's right. So Science Gate helps Psychogru. Beautiful.
Yep.
バイトのお姉ちゃん、あのおじさんは誰と電話で話してるの？さあ、誰だろう。未来人と交信してたりして。
I love that most of the time when he does this, and he's not alone, they kind of jab at it as well. It's kind of funny.
未来人？
From the future?
They're not just ignoring him.
No. They're like, I don't know.
I mean, most people would be like,
Who the fuck are you talking to?
the
You just
fuck
put up
are
your
you-
phone. What the fuck?
what are you doing?
Yeah. And then like, Mayoshi and Daro are like, whatever. This is just his.
They're used to it.
Yeah, this
at
is
this
just
point.
Chunibyo, and
Yeah.
Max is like, he's talking to himself again. God damn it! At that point,
Yeah. Like the first.
バイト戦士、
Well, I would say the
俺は
first time
早速
they
タイ
met
ターに
each
連絡
other,
を取ってみるぞ。
which isn't
素晴らしい
possible.
助言に感謝する。
It's a little confusing. But the first time we see that they meet each other during the conference.
when she grabs him because she thinks he wants to tell her something, even though we've never met her before.
Yeah. She also takes his phone and it's like, wait, you're not talking to anyone. So,
Yeah, he made an excuse for why you suddenly turned off, and she's like, "Oh, I see. You're talking to yourself then."
yeah.
And he's like, "What?"
私役に立った？そんならよか。
Patson Warrior's eyes pop open mid-sentence.
うわ、やっばー。店長帰還、店長帰還。
No,
no.
We cannot slack off anymore.
なえ、もし店長に聞かれたらさ、私はちゃんと店番してたって言ってよ。
Sure.
だから今度自転車に乗せてね。乗せる乗せる。
Child, how to lie.
じゃあ頑張って岡部倫太郎。私応援してっからさ。
Yes.
Ma and I are left in front of the store.
Hiya. He's not gonna be happy about
It's a
them
little
being
K
alone.
truck.
おかえりなさい。
I don't think that's what they actually call it, but this is a proper truck.
Except for this small snoot. He's so Japanese. Look at it.
Yeah, that's very Japanese. But again, this is a proper truck.
Yeah.
The idea of what America has of a truck is ridiculous.
Yeah.
They don't even fit as much as this truck does.
Nope.
In its truck bed. They're dumb.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure they invented the Ford truck to
そ
begin
この
with.
うさんくせえ野郎に何をされた？
Of course he's gonna think that.
Yeah.
てめえ、よくも俺の大事な娘をたぶらかしてくれたな。殺すぞ。
He's like that Yakuza dude who just really, really cares about his daughter. That's the feeling I'm getting from this guy. I'll kill ya! Alright.
待ってくれ。俺は何もしていない。
I was only trying to teach her what the word brainwashing meant.
Sorry.
だったらなんでおめえとナイが二人っきりで話してんだ？あ？
No reason?
二人きりじゃない。今の今まで鈴葉もここにいました。
Yeah, which rat her out, dude. But I guess his life or her life, who cares?
Please forgive me, Suzuha. My life is too precious.
Yeah.
ナイ、そうなのか？
Now!
バイトのお姉ちゃんに自転車に乗せてもらう約束したの。だからサボってなかったって言わなきゃ。
Oops! It's like,
She's bad at lying.
yeah.
Either that or she's doing this on purpose.
Yeah.
Manager breathes a heavy sigh.
サボる方法だけはうまいんだよな、あのバイト。
He's not even like surprised.
It's true, I've never seen her actually do work.
It's not like there's any
おい、これバイト！サボってたことは分かってんだぞ、こら！
Oh no, she looks sad. I don't think she meant to.
No.
Oops.
あとなんで42型がつけっぱなしになってんだ。消しとけって言っただろうが。
Run!
It's a fairly big TV.
42 inch, our CRT?
Yeah.
Fucking big.
They existed?
Yeah.
There's even like CRTs the size of our television.
Yeah. Trust me. On one of the CGs, I did erase it. There were like Suzuha sitting in front of a giant television that was on.
Mm.
I can't delete it because I thought it filled most of the background.
Yeah.
Now they're sitting close.
Mm.
Look at them.
I can't really
Can
look
you
at
look
them.
the other way?
No, that's not really gonna work.
I mean,
My back is directly towards them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's so comfy and tired.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello. Hi. Yeah, we're talking about you.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think I still need to get my glasses adjusted more. It's probably just best to go in to the store and get it done.
Yeah.
They know what to do.
Mm.
It's still a bit of an issue.
Mm.
It still hurts.
Mm.
And it's definitely not because these glasses are heavy, because they're not. They're less heavy than my old glasses, and I didn't have a problem with my old glasses.
Yeah.
So it is only because they're the nose pads.
Yes. I think that's what you call small nubbins.
Yeah, are not aligned properly.
Mm.
So they're digging into my nose, which is a little annoying. It could also be that that them being silicone is doing something to my
I don't know.
skin.
I've never had silicone pads before.
No.
So I don't know.
I got these silicone pads because my glasses were like sliding down.
Yeah, they're sliding down.
Though, not only did she adjust the support that goes behind my ear, she also gave me silicone pads, and I think just adjusting the what do you call that?
Adjusting the what?
What are these?
I don't fucking know what they're called. I don't even know what they're called in Danish.
No, but yeah, the thing on the glasses that goes behind your ear.
Yeah.
To
the long legs, whatever you want to call them.
Arms or whatever.
Yeah. Sticks.
But yeah, adjusting that so it actually holds on behind my ear is probably fine enough. I don't think I needed both.
Maybe.
So I might go there and then ask if I can get them to be normal once again. Because I think that might be one of the issues.
Maybe. Well, you'll have to take a look and then take a look at the glasses on you to see.
Yeah. Oh, that's not you.
That wasn't me. You didn't hit me at all.
No, I thought I did. I need to get in touch with Titor as quickly as possible. He might be able to give me the answers I seek. I can't wear these right now.
They don't. It's not like you're that far away from the screen. Should be able to.
No, but it's also because of the blue light stuff.
Yeah. Probably fine.
That's annoying. I would like to be able to wear my glasses at all times.
Yeah.
But it just hurts. It gives me a headache. Okay. He might. Okay, hang on. My eyes. Has to
Adjust my eyes.
I have to strain my eyes a little bit more to be able to read it now. Okay. He might even be able to explain the events that I witnessed a few days ago. The instantaneous disappearance of everyone on the streets of Akiba.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah. When I burst into the lab, everyone looks at me with concerned expressions. I explain that we can't experiment anymore now that Mr. Brown is back. Then I dismiss everyone for today.
Lukaku knows about the time machine now.
Okay, they're
Talk about Lukaku, yes.
Yeah, Lukaku knows about the time machine now. Next time I see them, I'll make them a lab member to secure their silence. Jesus Christ, so many pronouns.
English in a nutshell.
Oh, God. Which is why people are like, we shouldn't have pronouns. And I'm like, well, if we don't have pronouns, English wouldn't work.
Yeah. We should just have genderless pronouns. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah, obviously.
That's the best solution for everyone.
It's
But
just like,
people don't want that.
you know, did they do that in English back in the day?
No.
Use they, them for people?
No, they used you.
They also use
Capital
you?
U.
Oh. Royal U.
Yes.
Okay. Because in Danish, we used they, them for people we were not acquainted with.
Yes.
Or friends with.
Or for people at a high hierarchy.
Yeah.
It's also royal.
Yeah, it's also that, which is why most people today are like, oh, they, them, that's only for the queen kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or,
It's not
well,
the queen anymore, it's the king now.
It's a king. But
The queen has retired!
yeah, she is retired. She didn't, it's not like in England where she just died.
Yeah.
No, in Denmark, she is retired, and her son and his wife has now taken over.
Yeah.
Which is about fucking time.
It's about fucking time. Tell you what, our king already has gray hairs.
Yeah.
It's about fucking time. I guess.
Well, doesn't necessarily say much. I have gray hair. I'm only 30.
He's almost 50.
He's almost 50, yeah.
So,
That's the difference.
yeah.
They're
children. The crown prince is an adult.
He's at the age where the royal or the king would normally die.
Yeah.
In older times.
Yeah. He's an adult now.
Yeah.
So
he's an old ass adult.
I wouldn't call him old ass adult.
But you get the point. It's like he's way more than an adult.
Yeah, but he's younger than us.
We're not talking about the same person.
I'm talking about the crown prince, the current.
Oh,
crown
the crown
prince.
prince.
That's what I'm saying. The crown prince is
Christian?
an adult.
Christian?
Yes,
Yeah.
as per the tradition.
Yeah.
His father's name is Frederick.
Yeah.
The son's name is Christian. It's a tradition thing.
In other, in France, when they had royal families, they tended to just have normal names to begin with, and then when they were to take over the throne, then they would get a royal name.
Yeah.
That is more akin to the typical like names you would see in royalty.
Yeah.
Like Frederick, Christian.
Yeah, here
all
they're
those
born
kinds of
with
things.
it.
So yeah. Here they're just
Yeah.
born with it because it's easier that way.
Yeah.
It
reminds me of fucking old Chinese stuff back when it was still dynasties and stuff. You have like your birth name, then you had your given name, and then a lot of people also had a title.
Yeah.
3 names you had to keep fucking track of.
So, but I thought you were talking about Frederick, our king.
No.
So that's why I was confused. What do you mean he's an adult?
I already said he's like around 50.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was confused.
I said the current crown prince is even an adult.
Yeah. The crown prince is an adult. He's 18, 19.
He's older than that now.
Is he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's into 20 at this point. Because I'm pretty sure the next in line, the princess, is at least 18 now.
$19.
He's 19, okay.
Yeah.
Close enough.
It's kind of what I thought. I think. Just checking in. He's turning 20 this year.
Yeah. So, we're both right. I just didn't know when he was born of the year.
He's an adult.
Yeah. He's an adult.
I just looked at when he was born. I shouldn't have done that.
Oh! He's born after the 0, yeah.
Yeah, he's born in 2005.
Yeah.
And he's an adult? The fuck do you mean? Yeah. Everyone from 0 and onwards are children.
No. It's year 2025.
I don't care.
Oh, dude. People born in 2000 are 25 years old.
No. I don't like it. They're children to me. They're still children.
You call my little sister a child? She's also an adult. Legally.
I know.
She's from 06.
I know. I don't like it. Okay? It's like Max's little sister.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I hear about how old they are. Like, at one point, I saw that they were wearing, like these kinds of, like, leather boots with, like, high neck. Is that what you say? Like, where they go up to, like, further up on the leg.
How far up?
Does it matter?
Yes.
But that's not really my point here.
No.
I think
you're looking for the word, therefore I'm asking, how far up?
No, I was thinking about what it's called on the shoe. Like, is it called a neck?
I don't know. It's just easier to say knee high or thigh high, honestly.
Yeah, but knee high. I think, I'm pretty sure. But I was like...
Knee under or knee over?
Under, I think. Anyways, my point being that I saw them wearing that, and I was like, "That's not appropriate. They're a child." And then Max's mother was like, "No, she's 18." I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. To be like that.
I was like, "No, stop! I've noticed that she was a child. She's still a child. Don't tell me she's an adult."
They grow up so fast.
No.
Take that.
I don't like it. I don't want to be reminded that I'm getting older.
Too bad.
I don't want
Time flows whether you want it or not.
I don't want to be 30. I still
You are 30.
I don't want to.
You're turning 31 this year.
I know. I don't even feel like I've passed 25 yet.
You have.
Mentally.
You definitely have.
I know.
It's only downhill from here. Considering that, the brain degrades after around 25 years.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's only downhill.
Fucking just... I don't know. Put me in a retirement home already.
I mean,
there is...
mental state...
Honestly, there's a good possibility that I might just become or go into early retirement because of my mental disabilities. But that has to be figured out later.
Yeah.
Right now, I want to try and see if I can't get an education and a job.
And proper sleep.
Yeah, that comes before that.
And a proper sleep cycle as well. Which hopefully happens when you get a proper sleep.
Yeah, well, if I can, get the amount of sleep I need in about 8 hours, then yes. Which isn't the case right now. Because I might use 12 hours in bed, but I certainly don't get 12 hours of proper sleep. I get 5 to 6 hours of proper sleep.
My phone, my watch gives me a lower score when I sleep what I need to. It's like, you slept 10 hours. 16 score. It was a fair sleep. I'm like, what the fuck are you on about?
That's because it doesn't It only goes out from normal, like how normal people are supposed to sleep.
But I also put my like sleep schedule from like midnight to 10, so it knows I want 10 hours.
Yeah, but
it doesn't go crap.
That's not what matters.
No.
What matters is that for a normal person, 7 to 8 hours. That's a normal amount. That's a normal amount of sleep.
I had 6.5 today. I'm falling.
Yeah, I'm surprised you. Have you had coffee?
No, I have
surprised.
not.
Yeah. How are you still alive right now?
I don't know. I wanted to get some of that vitamin water that had caffeine in it, but the ultimate didn't work, so I couldn't get anything to drink.
You couldn't go to the cafeteria?
They don't have that at the cafeteria I was close to. If I had to go to the other cafeteria, I'd have to spend 15 minutes going one way and 15 minutes going the other way.
Oh, jeebus.
Not worth it!
No, never mind.
Because we are down in the southern end, and the main cafeteria is like the other end, basically.
Yeah.
It's fucking too far. Also, the small cafeteria. They only have it in the automates. They usually work, but for some reason I couldn't use the app, so I tried the card. The card just doesn't work when the app doesn't work for some weird fucking reason.
Yeah.
Even though they are not connected at all.
So, the thing that your watch can see, I assume your watch can kind of do the same as mine. It can see if you have light sleep, deep sleep, and REM sleep.
Yeah.
And that's about it. And awake, yeah. But that's about it.
Yeah, you can see different phases.
Yeah, but it doesn't tell you whether the parts of like REM and light and deep sleep. I barely had any
REM sleep.
Yeah, it doesn't tell you.
Didn't have any dreams apparently.
If has been quality sleep.
Yeah.
It can't tell you if you've
it can tell me how long my oxygen percentage was below 90.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure most of that time it's because the watch gets fucked.
Yeah.
It can also tell me if I'm snoring, but I need to have the app open on my phone for that, so I don't care.
Can I continue?
And it tells me my heart rate and my respiration rate.
Yes. Like any smartwatch.
Yes.
But no, my point being, it can only measure your physical.
Yes.
Symptoms is not really the right word. Your physical state.
It can only measure my vitals.
Yeah.
To determine things.
Yeah.
It's also how it determines whether I'm stressed or not. It's also my vitals.
Yeah. So it doesn't. It obviously can't go in and look at your mental state.
No. But a lot of mental stuff does portray itself physically in your vitals.
Generally,
so
yes.
there is something to that. But
yeah. But when
this watch is just like, I had 10 hours of sleep, and it's like, not good enough. You have 5 hours of sleep, fairly alright. It's better when I have 5 hours for this watch.
Yeah. So, quality of sleep, it doesn't know.
No.
Anyways, we need to skip this message.
Yeah, I need to read it first, though.
Oh, you want to read it? Okay.
Yes.
Sure.
It's from Mayuri. It says, Maid Experience. You know, I've been working at May Queen for 3 months as of today. The other girls threw me a party. Yay! I can't believe I've been a maid for 3 months. Time sure flew by. Oh, but don't worry. Mayoshi's still holding its hostage full time.
That sounds wrong.
Don't worry about it. Should I reply?
No. Just,
I don't have time for this! Fuck off, Mary!
Be an ass and leave. 2.5 hours later, Kurisu and I are the only ones left in the lab.
Okay.
そこの助手。お前は帰らないのか？
目障りなら帰るけど。
This is really sciencey. Drinking tea.
Yeah.
目障りというわけではないが、何か用事でもあるのか？
いいえ。でもちょっと考えたいことがあって。
Why is the bottle square?
It's a very Japanese thing.
Yeah, I've noticed that that's
I
like...
assume it's because it's easily stackable. But I don't know.
That makes sense.
Some of their bottles are square, usually the big ones. Some of them are round, usually smaller ones. Usually. Not mutually exclusive.
No.
Yeah, so. But that works.
ホテルに戻って考えればいい。
何？追い出したいの？
そうか。どうせ友達もいないし、ホテルに帰っても一人ぼっちで寂しいから、この法院京馬に構ってほしいというわけだな。このお子様セレセブめ。
Spoiled set of seven. Sure thing. Love you.
寂しいのはあんたの方だろ。さっきからあんまり元気ないし。
True.
なんなら相談に乗るぞ。私はある意味で部外者だから話しやすいんじゃない？年下の女に相談する男の人ってぐにょぐにょだけど、それでもいいんなら聞いてやってもいい。
Mumble. Sure. It's what she did make a mumble sound in Japanese. So
I know.
I'm surprised. I'm gonna take my leg down now.
Yeah.
Grab your tablet. Otherwise it's gonna fall down, I guarantee it.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna get my leg up then. Oh. I moved the microphone. Yeah, I am aware.
You got potatoes on your feet.
No,
You still call those potatoes.
I wouldn't. I would only.
That's
it would
what my
only be the
parents said
toast.
that.
Okay.
So.
My parent. Actually, I don't know. Because the only part that my parents see is the toes when they're sticking out, and that's what they call potatoes. Why does she have to be such a smartass?
Because she is a smartass.
俺はメールをする用事があるのだ。どうしてもここにいたいのならば、邪魔をせず静かにしているのだな。ザ・ゾンビ。
Oh yeah, right. He's also calling her the zombie.
What? Why?
I don't know.
その呼び方が一番カチンとくるわね。
I think he calls her that because, he technically saw her die. It's kind of a jab of her being undead.
She's still alive even though she died.
Yeah. I think that's why he's saying it.
Despite her complaint, Kurisu makes no move to leave.
To John Titor. Subject, question. The code is from CERN's database. In other news, I've successfully built a machine that sends emails to the past. When we change the past by sending an email, does that change the world line? I noticed some events were undone. Does that mean the world line changed? You said the many worlds interpretation is correct, but I'd like to hear the proof if you don't mind. Yes, they're gonna use world line where I use timeline because the game hasn't told us the word they use for what I use for word line. That is why I do it this way, to distinguish them.
Yeah, I get that. They haven't gotten to that point yet.
No, but they definitely will, and it's a very English word they're gonna use because physics.
Alright, let's do what needs to be done. I miss physical keyboards on my phone.
Yeah.
The T9 keyboards.
Yeah.
They were nice.
Yeah.
Now to wait for his reply, because you were able to write on your phone without having to look at your phone. You can't do that today.
Nope.
Because you can't feel the buttons. Maybe I should tell her about how that D-mail changed the past. I thought he already did.
No, he kind of just ran out of there.
Okay.
He was not explaining anything.
And about how she seems to have lost her memories about it. Well,
It's not that she's lost her memories, it's that they've been rewritten to fit this new timeline.
you're the one who's weird here.
Yeah, you're the one who remembers. You're not supposed to.
No. Some kind of supernatural force will come and kill you to make sure that you don't exist anymore. Or something, I don't know. Why am I considering talking to Kurisu? Because I don't think Mayuri or Daru would understand this problem.
But you think Kurisa would?
Well, she's a scientist.
Yeah. They are like-minded in many ways.
Kurisu, on the other hand, might be able to form a hypothesis. That's what I hope. Reminds me a bit of Steel Samurai.
Guess it's also the same bit frequency.
Yeah. Well, it's not so much that. It was just more the way it's like
Yeah.
the kind of
Upbeat tone of it.
yeah,
And this is also the original one in the
and
original
the kind
game.
of instruments
Yeah.
that is being used.
In the original game, you could like get other ones. I always made sure I got the reading Steiner theme, but 16 bits, so I could just put that on my phone. It was great. This is the one you started with.
Just then, my phone rings. Is it Titor?
No,
Titor's calling me.
no.
Startled, I look at my phone's display. I click my tongue in disappointment. Don't scare me like that.
クリスティーナ、お前に話しておきたいことがある。
He's just ignoring the phone because we didn't answer any of the emails.
Yeah.
I
そ
think.
の前に電話出なくていいわけ？
ダルからだ。どうせくだら
Oh,
ない
they,
内
no,
容だろう。
if it's from Dower, doesn't matter. Dower doesn't send any emails to you.
あ
Dower.
んたって
He's
本
gonna
当に独
ignore
善
no matter
的だ
what
な。
then.
お前は覚えていないかもしれないが、俺はさっき D メールで過去を変えた。
Chris was like, wait, what did he just say? Look at Apollo. He's so close. He's trying so hard.
私はあんたの言葉が冗談なのか本気なのか見極められるほど付き合いが長
But
く
she's
ない。
like, no touching. Absolutely no touching.
Yeah.
だが事実だ。そして、俺以外のすべての人間が、そのことを忘れた。いや、正確に言うなら、その事実が消滅した。
Yes.
過去を変えたから現在も変わったって？バタフライ効果ね。でもあんたの言ってることはデタラメ。
なぜそう言い切る？
なんで岡部は過去を変えたことを覚えてるの？
I don't fucking know, and neither does he. He just does, okay?
タイムマシンで物理的に過去へ行って歴史を変えてきたというのなら、まだギリギリ説明がつく。でも、D メールの場合だと、あんたは現在から一歩も動いていないことになるのよ。だから、現在が変わって私たちが変化したなら、あんたも変化していないと矛盾が生まれる。それとも、自分は観測者だから変化しないとでも言うつもり？その場合、あんたはこう主張していることになる。自分は人間という存在ではないって。
Sure, let's go with that. He's not human.
I understand what Curtis is saying, and I don't have the means to convince her otherwise. And that's exactly why I'm trying to get in touch with Titor.
すべては、シュタインズゲートの選択であり、
Sure.
この俺の持つ魔が、
Whatever the Steins gate is.
リーディングシュタイナーの力によるもの
Oh,
だ。
there we go! Reading Steiner! He's now named his ability to remember other world lines and
ま
timelines.
た始まった。
Called
あんた
Reading
のおわせには
Steiner.
付き合ってられないわ。どうせそのリーディングなんたらって、たった今命名したんでしょ。
No!
No. I should have known better than to approach Kurisu unprepared. Yes. That's still not enough information, even for a mad scientist like me, to explain the things I've experienced.
True. You gotta do it again.
恋する乙女が好きな相手からのメールを待ってるみたい。
She sure likes to attack me for every little thing.
そんなに構ってほしいのか。
ささやかな復讐よ。あんたからのひどい扱いにいつもぐっと耐えてるんだから、それぐらい許せ。
No.
これでも俺はお前をリスペクトしているつもりだぞ。
名前すらまともに呼んだこともないくせによく言う。
それについてはすまないと思っている。
へえ、
Oh my
意
god,
外。
they're having a
あんた
heart
って
to heart
謝
right
るん
now.
だ。
You can apologize? I always thought it didn't
だが
belong in
ど
your
うしようもないの
dictionary.
だ。俺の脳はお前のことを助手のクリスティーナという認識で固定してしまっていて
It's,
直しようがないから
you
な。
know, celeb, that zombie and stuff. All those things.
解凍して海馬に電極ぶっ刺してやりたい。
The hippocampus is a major part of the brain. It looks like a seahorse, or so the scientists say. Doesn't
A
look like a
hippo.
seahorse. No, a seahorse, not a hippo.
Why the fuck do they call it hippo?
For different reasons.
Seahorse.
Yes. You know, they're small, like.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not a hippo.
No, I know that's not a hippo.
No.
But
They say they look like that, but it doesn't really look like that.
what the fuck is the point of the word hippocampus then?
I mean, a hippo is not the full name of a hippo.
No, I know, but well,
So,
it's not the full name of it, but that is
It's
the
hippopotamus.
general name. Yeah, that's the general name we use for them today.
I'm sure the word hippo means something. Regardless, the hippocampus is a major part of the brain. It governs memory and spatial navigation. Yep. It does indeed. Without the hippocampus, you won't be able to remember shit. You won't be able to make any new memories. Nope.
So the prefix.
Hippo. Hippo, hippo, hippo.
Horse? Horse.
Makes
Hippo
sense.
means horse.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Combining form hip or hippo means horse in ancient Rome.
So now you gotta ask, why is it called a hippopotamus? It doesn't look like anything like a horse. That's the question. Here it makes sense because they say
Because-
it looks like a seahorse.
Yeah,
Even
but
though it doesn't. It
hippopotamus in Greek means river horse. They call it a river horse because it's on all fours. It's not because it necessarily looks like it, but it's on all fours and it
suppose.
runs around in the river, so it's a river horse.
Alright, sure.
It's that simple,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah, sure. But yeah, here it's supposed to look like a seahorse,
Yeah.
which it doesn't.
So what about campus?
I don't know. Connection? Isn't that what campus usually is referring to?
So campus is a suffix.
Yeah.
Origin of the suffix in field.
Yeah.
So
area.
horse field
Yes.
or field horse. Or
It's a field that looks like a horse, or seahorse in this case. Sure, we'll go with that.
which then makes me wonder why they didn't put in C into the word anywhere. Wait. What? Why did I say wait? I meant well. I wanted to say well.
Anyways.
Chuck, buck.
From John Titor. Subject very interesting. I read your message. From the events you described, it sounds like you did indeed change the past, shifting to an ever so slightly different world line. The one thing I don't understand is how you kept your memories of the previous world line. You're telling the truth, yes?
Right after that city exchange, John Titor's mail arrives. I should probably say that before.
メールの相手って誰？
Oh god! Alright, subject. Reply, very interesting. I'm telling the truth. Something similar happened to me before too. What do you make of it? Okay.
John Titor.
He just says with a deadpan face.
嘘。
I love how it just has to put the subject on afterwards.
Yeah.
This fucks it up.
Yeah.
Subserving convergence. I don't know. The idea of using email to alter the past was never even considered in the year 2036 I'm from. You've altered the past and shifted from your original world line. However, until now, no one has ever been known to what. To be able to observe the convergence. Even so, Kyoma, you may have that power. You might be the one who can guide us to a world line beyond 1% convergence. Across the wall that divides what are known as... Here we go! Attractor fields! Here we go! They said it! I don't have to use timeline anymore! Thank fuck!
Though Titor's response was long, there was a lot that it left unexplained.
But yes, attractor fields. That is the physics term of the word line I used before.
I quickly sent him...
Take it slow. Read the sentence. And then you can read it out loud. Yeah.
I quickly sent him follow-up questions.
What is divergence? How do you measure it?
Divergence is what
奴は
the word says.
よほど悪意のある
It's
人間
a
以外に対しては
divergence.
オープンだ。
Well, he probably
Mail
means in this
アドも公開
specific
している。
context. You also asked what it
こう
is
してやり
many
くり
a
するのは
times. I tried to explain it to you. You're still confused about it. So, is it really that weird?
No, I was more in this context here because I know what divergence means. But in the context of this game, it's not exactly.
Well, it is a divergence from the starting point.
Yeah, but there are certain things about it that aren't. Because normally, when you think about divergence on a like timeline or world line or whatever, when you think about something like that, you would think of something akin to the butterfly effect. That's the kind of divergence.
This also uses theory from the butterfly effect and just adds more things to it.
Yeah.
So.
Though the way you have explained it to me when you drew it sounds more like changing tracks for a train.
Yes.
And depending on how far away that new track is, the more change you have made.
Yes. Because when you go from a tractor field to a tractor field, the divergence has already happened in the past somewhere. So
Because
it's not really a butterfly effect like that. You literally jump to another tractor field at that point.
Because the way divergence happens in the butterfly effect, it's very natural curves and stuff like that.
Yeah, every choice sparks like a divergence all the time.
Yeah, it's very much like so many different things can happen and such like that. While here, it's very flowing. It's a flowing timeline.
Yeah, the thing is like John Titor says, time theory here, it doesn't flow one way. With just a butterfly effect, it still only flows one way, right?
But the way you described it here is that it's a hard line. They're all parallel to each other. And
yes,
at some
at
point...
least the attractor fields are, yes.
Yeah. And at some point they will converge again.
Yes. It is more like that in this game, yes.
Question is just
it
when...
does use the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
It just doesn't... We don't see necessarily the point where the butterfly effect diverges. We send it back in time, and then the divergence happens, and we follow that divergence.
Yeah.
In the time we're stuck in
you
at the moment.
change track. But yes, and depending on how far away that divergence you've made earlier, it might not necessarily converge at the same point as all the other divergences do. Because
the difference will be so big.
Yeah.
Basically, right?
That same thing that's supposed to happen in all the other world/timelines doesn't happen here because of the huge difference you made. You have changed it maybe to the point where this one person who gets born in the other world lines and such doesn't get born here, and therefore this thing that they're supposed to do in the future doesn't happen. That kind of thing. It's just an example to use, like a very down-to-earth, simple example. So kind of think of it as like you've made such a divergence in the past.
It's gonna take longer for the world to correct itself.
Hitler doesn't get born, and therefore the Second World War doesn't happen.
Exactly.
Kind of thing. But then the Second World War will just happen at another time, but it won't be Hitler who does it. Kind of thing.
Or something similar will still happen that led to all these same people dying at some point, or they just die of old age. It might just converge when every single one of them that died in the Second World War just dies of old age.
Yeah.
Who knows, right?
Yeah.
And they didn't have any children, of course, because that would also not make sense, right?
Yeah. Not to mention that if we didn't have World War II at that time, World War II would have happened at another time.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, and John Titor from the year 2000 warned us about World War III. But this John Titor does not know anything about that.
No.
That's
the only reason why we haven't had another World War is because of World War II.
Yes.
And what happened after that.
The Cold War.
Well, not necessarily the Cold War. It was more like we took measures to make sure that that a nation like Germany wouldn't rise up again like they did
And
after
Japan.
World War One. Also Japan.
Ban Japan from having a military.
Yeah. So we took a lot of measures to make sure a world war wouldn't happen again, and at least not as soon again as it happened from
between
World
the
War
first
One
and the second. Holy crap.
because there was like 15 years between them ish.
25, more like it.
Well, it was
It ended in 18.
it ended at 18, yes.
And then we start end of 39.
This depends on how you look at it. The start of the war is technically in the 30s.
Yeah,
like
39.
early 30s.
No.
Because that's when Hitler starts coming into power. And
Yeah,
starts
but
taking
that's
over
not
shit.
when the war starts. You need to have an official date for when someone declares war. That was 39.
There's a difference between when it's just a war and it's the World War.
No, the World War didn't officially start before the 40s.
I might be wrong. Anyways, doesn't matter. But the point just being that, like, it wasn't that long between the two.
No,
wars.
it wasn't. That was just a giant fucking depression.
It was like Germany, or at that point it was an empire.
No, it was still just Germany, I think.
They called themselves something else. I don't remember what it was. But anyways, Germany in World War One was trying to...
The only thing I know is the Holy Roman Empire, but that's before this.
Yeah. But they were still like an empire. They had a Kaiser and stuff like that. They were trying to take over Europe and such, and therefore the World War happened, where everybody was trying to stop them, and then Hitler used the whole like, oh, they just completely ruined Germany, and we need to go back to be great again. Basically, essentially the whole MAGA thing, honestly, but just to a point of almost brainwashing people. And yeah, And that's how the Second World War happened, was that they were put into a depression and felt like they had to do something to
And Hitler
get back
came
again.
and came into military power after being in prison.
Yeah. Hitler wrote a book while he was in prison.
Mein Kampf.
Mein Kampf. That came with some ideologies that just happened to be pretty favorable for Germany at the time.
Yeah.
So that's why they kind of adopted it.
Yeah. And then he came to power and he ran for military power.
Yeah.
Took everything. And
He had
started
no
invading.
military education, but he still came into military power somehow. And then he became Chancellor. Kanzler.
Der Führer!
The Führer. Yeah, that's what he wanted to be called.
Yes.
Because, he's the leader.
Yes.
Otherwise, he's basically just the Chancellor.
Yes. Who had all the power?
Chancellor.
Chancellor, yes. That's the English word.
Sorry, I keep saying the German Kanzler.
Yeah. That's also the correct term. I don't give a fuck.
It is. But they do have an English word for it. Chancellor.
Yeah.
So.
He was the Chancellor that practically had all the power. Because the Kaiser didn't do shit.
Exactly.
Guns just sitting at home doing nothing.
So. Anyways, enough about World War II, I think. Okay.
Can I... Okay, the
I think
entire
it's done
text
now.
is there. Yeah, the entire text is there.
Let me just read first. A moment later, I received another mail from Titor.
I've confirmed that divergence is 0.5710515%. Use a specialized meter to measure divergence, but it's zeroed by original world line. In other words, it's subjective, not absolute measurement. Yes, it's a relative measurement.
It's relative to
John Titor's original world line.
where he came from.
Yeah.
Okay.
The world line that he came from because when you travel back in time, you don't hit the original timeline or the original world line here now accurately. You diverge slightly.
Yeah. Okay. But it's once again filled with strange jargon.
I have no memories of that world line. Strictly speaking, I was not being entirely accurate when I wrote that the Everett Wheeler model was accepted in my time. The truth is, scientists have proven that the universe is compromised of attractive fields.
Okay.
どうりであんたがタイタンの書き込みを引用したがるわけだ。信者ってわけね。
Sure. What are attractor fields? And what in the world is beyond 1% divergence?
A
そういうわけではない。
big divergence?
だが奴の話には
And
う
the
なずける
attractor
点も
field,
多い
my dude!
He sent the message and I received the message.
Oh my god!
Well, I received a notification, but it
It's
was
the choice of Steins game.
yeah. I know it's just
Now you know what the meme means. You're gonna
Yeah.
laugh at it every time I do it again, because now you know it.
Sure. It was just funny that it happened at
He's
that
like,
exact time.
"Ding," and you're like, "Meh."
Yeah.
Oh,
そう？
you wanna do one?
フィクションにしか思えないけど。
Sure. Subject hope. Attractor fields are the focal points of world line convergence. Their existence is responsible for the phenomena previously known as fate and chance.
Attractor fields? Never heard of them.
There's no real point making small changes to a world line. Due to convergence, small changes do not have a lasting influence. You might be the one who can guide us to a world line beyond 1% divergence, across the wall that divides attractor fields. Oh yeah, right.
with
I
this
remember
guy?
this fucking scene now. Boy, I remember the CG. Beyond that is true freedom. If we do not break through this wall, a dystopian future awaits. My mission is to change that future. You may hold the power to do just that.
think they have some kind of power?
You said you had some kind of power. It's called reading Steiner. God fucking damn it.
Which means he have a sliver of sense.
He does have a sliver of sense. When things get serious, he kind of slips out of his Judaism. You know?
But this last statement is pretty hard to swallow. Now that he claims I have special powers, he's starting to sound like more New Age
Some New Age
con artist.
Yes. Beautiful laughing right there.
Yeah.
いきなり笑い出す
Oh, right, I forgot you was there.
悪い。
これが笑わずにいられるか。実に傑作ではないか。この俺が持つ力だと。今さらそんなこと言われなくとも。
Are you
俺はとっ
laughing
くに気づいていたぞ。
him?
ジョン・タイター。
Or
You don't have to tell me what I already know.
okay, okay. So you're not laughing at him. You don't
I
think he's
mean-
ridiculous. You think that
He did say, you know, some New Age con artist, but he's also just playing along with it now.
この魔眼。リーディングシュタイナーの真の力
And
に
the
な。
magic eye, reading Steiner.
yeah.
My God.
話の流れはさっぱり見えんが、岡部次長しろとだけ言っておく。
Yeah, got a bad case of Chunibyo, my dude.
え？
He's like, what? Yeah, she's not supposed to know the word Chunibyo either. That's otaku words.
あ。
The Titor who appeared in 2000 said he traveled back in time to retrieve technology lost in World War III. Yet this guy is saying he came to prevent the creation of a dystopia ruled by CERN.
Yep.
This guy might be an imposter.
You're just now figuring that out.
Though it's because of him that we've accidentally figured out that CERN is actually up to some shit.
Yeah.
Another mail comes.
Anata ni. No, that's not what. No, it doesn't mean the same thing in Japanese.
No, I know. I'm sorry.
I know it says I want you, but it says anata ni, so it doesn't mean I want you specifically like that. No. They want him to do.
I just want my yaoi, okay?
Yeah, not gonna happen with John Titor, unfortunately, for very fundamental reasons that you don't know anything about at this point in the story. So I'm not gonna say anything.
And what I read, something.
Oh,
And what I read there raises the hairs on the back of my neck.
yeah.
What is this? Fear? Disgust? Or some other emotion? I don't know, but something is very wrong.
Kyoma, I want you to be the Messiah. Nice. Chapter 4, Chaos Theory Homeostasis.
I guess
ジ
we're
ョ
stopping
ン・
here.
タイターは実にバカだな。
About 2 hours. We should stop.
Yeah, we
it's
should
a good
probably.
time to stop.
Yeah, it is. It is. I was just wondering, but no, it is a good time to stop. It is like, I want you to be our Messiah. It's funny.
Yeah.
But yes, finally, attractor fields are a thing.
Yep.
Ah, thank God.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, attractor fields are the big divergences that changes the course of history
Yeah.
radically.
Yeah. Well, I only ended up with one question.
Okay. Well, that's always something. But there also wasn't that much theory. It was just, you know, Suzuha being sus again.
Yeah.
And then John Titor.
Yeah.
And a little bit of Kurisu here and there. So.
So, how is it decided what's important for, convergence and divergence?
I would say the easiest question or answer to that question would be that a convergence is when something has to happen for the same future to happen. So it has to be an event that will cause said future. A significant part of that future. There's not anyone or any being choosing this. It's more like fate, just in general, right?
No, it's also like that's also what I mean. That's why I'm not like who. I'm more like why, how is this being decided?
Yeah.
Like
it's a little bit hard without being able to give any like examples of convergence, because that would be spoilers in the story so far.
Okay.
But you'll definitely learn about some very, very specific convergence points here, as well as divergence points, actually, that are an important part of the story. It would be easy to explain if I had those, but I don't want to spoil them because they're big twists, honestly.
Let's step back from convergence.
Yeah.
Let's just look at divergence.
Yes. Also something we've talked a little bit about.
Yeah, like whether it's a timeline or a world line, I understand that it has to do with the
significance, yes.
The significance, but how do we know what's significant?
Well, the only way you would really know is by using the divergence meter. Honestly.
Yeah, that can measure it,
yeah.
But something somewhere has decided that this is important enough for it to become a divergence into a world line rather than a timeline.
Yeah, because whatever happened is so significant, it's going to change the two timelines so drastically they will become world lines, or attractor fields in this case.
Again,
there's no one or nothing deciding it.
No.
Everything has been rewritten. Everything has been written from the start.
Seems like a lot of useless text. Sounds like
every single possibility has already been written out.
Sounds like writing your own D&D campaign and the player is just completely skipping everything.
Yeah, hopping from timeline to timeline. Fuck it. Yeah.
You're just like, okay, I have all this story. I have
30
this
pages
whole
worth of dungeon text.
I want them to do, and then they just go to the evil guy's lair and just kill him. And I was like,
well, never mind. But that's how it is to do
wrote
D&D.
all this text and it's useless.
Yeah. That is like, I literally know someone who's a DM, and for the specific, like, they were in a dungeon and their party was kind of split, and they want a timer. So she wrote, like, she had 30 pages of stuff that could happen in said dungeon.
Yeah.
And you just know half of it's never going to be used, or it's going to be subverted some way, because that's just how that is how
at least half of it.
Yeah, at least. Because that's just how D&D works. She obviously does it to have as many things that could happen compared to what you think.
Yeah.
She's a veteran DM, right?
It's all about preparation for what might happen. Everything is obviously not going to happen.
No.
That's just not a thing, but obviously you just need to be prepared. Well, some DMs needs to be prepared, others just wing it. Yeah,
some people are better at just winging it, honestly. Like, there is obviously one thing from that dungeon session that was going to happen. They had a timer on because someone was cursed, and if they didn't do anything about it, the character's gonna die. Yeah. So there's definitely something there, but the rest of it, like finding each other, it's up to the fucking players. Right?
Yeah, but yeah.
It's a bit hard to answer that question because the game doesn't talk about it. It's just fate and chance.
Yeah.
It's just how important one little thing can be.
Like,
it doesn't have to sound like it's important, but it could be important. And that's really all I can tell you for so far, sadly.
Does it have to involve a lot of people for it to be important, or can it be just a single person?
It could be just a single person.
Okay.
Doesn't have to involve a lot of people. If that single person is important enough for the trajectory of the future, it could be a single person.
So it could be a single person doing a single thing compared to something like fucking 9/11 or Titanic, something that has a lot of people that are affected by it at that exact moment.
Again, like we talked about, like an example of Hitler being born or not would definitely create a big divergence. If he, killed a bunch of people as well and stuff.
If he wasn't born, the Germany's rise to power
probably never
into
happened.
World War II probably wouldn't have happened, or at least not the way that it happened at the time.
Like, sure, like Japan and America would still be in war, right?
Yeah.
But there would be nothing like in Europe, so...
No, Japan would still try to...
Yeah, because they initiated it. It started before Germany.
Yeah,
so
they were
39.
invading China and stuff like that.
Yeah, and Philippines and Korea.
Yeah.
Other smaller countries.
All kinds of places around. Smaller countries. China.
Yeah, they were still big.
Yeah, but...
They were occupying China,
yeah. Just goes to show
kind of why the Communistic Party came to power, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah! Because they came to power in 45. So if it wasn't because of the opium crisis, and Japan occupying China, maybe we wouldn't have a communistic China today.
Nope.
So many things happened that have to align, but yeah. But there are some events that are definitely where you can directly line them to something happening.
Yeah. Yeah, you can...
Again, something has to happen for CERN to be able to get into power. Like, they finished the time machine, and you'd have to guess that in a different attractor field, they don't. Because it seems like finishing the time machine is what leads them to take over the world, right?
You would at least think...
You'd think so, right?
You'd think so.
Because now they rule over time.
Yeah.
But in a different attractor field, that doesn't happen. So there must be a reason why that didn't happen. That would be the divergence, right? The reason for why they did not finish the time machine, that would be a divergence point. And that could be a minuscule thing, or it could be a really, really big event. You'll have to see. Because the game will definitely tell you.
Oh, yeah. But
again, basically you won't really have many unanswered questions once you're done with this game.
I have a feeling this question isn't going to be answered properly.
No, I mean, they kind of go into it, but they don't get like specific or concrete about it because there's not really a specific thing that determines it.
No.
Everything has been written already.
But by who? Everything, if everything is decided, then somebody...
Fate, time, not somebody, that's just how the universe works.
I can't really accept that as an answer. Okay. I'm sorry. But
well, I don't know how much, I don't remember how much the game goes into it.
No.
They definitely try to like, the argument again, watch out, you're making noise.
Oh, sorry.
Is that, again, everything has already been written, it's just which one of the routes you're on is active, right? So every single possibility is also already known.
Yeah.
Therefore, what is a major event and what is a minor event? It's already known in the broad spectrum of the timelines or world lines, right? So there's not really anything that determines it. It's already there.
Yeah. It just doesn't really make sense to me, but...
Time's a weird thing.
Timey-wimey,
wibbly-wobbly stuff, right?
Yeah. Sometimes you just have to go with the flow.
Yeah. And again, they will talk more about attractor fields. I'm pretty sure they talk a little bit about like like in the world of physics, what an attractor field is. Not too much as far as I remember, but some parts of the story is a blur to me because I remember the anime more than the game at this point. And they don't really talk much about it in the anime. But there will also be more like simple explanations on how time even fucking works in this universe anyways, apart from what I've said.
Yeah.
So and you'll get good examples on both divergence and convergence.
Yeah.
So yeah, chapter 3 is done. We're on to chapter 4 out of 11. We're getting there.
It's a little easier to follow that kind of idea in something like Supernatural.
Because there's a supernatural being that's doing the job.
Yeah, fate is an actual, like, well, it's...
or it's more like a supernatural being that
the
has all
sisters?
these...
They were
Well,
sisters,
that would be
at least.
Norse, yes.
Yeah, but that's
Yes.
the ones they're using in Supernatural.
Yeah,
is,
they
three
have this
sisters.
giant archive that's like where everything's written in stone.
That's also true. Yeah, the
they
Reaper.
follow those.
The Reapers
Yeah,
have every single version of where you die.
yeah, exactly. Which is also written by fate.
They also keep defying fate,
Yeah.
which is why God was
You
God was
only
like,
live
you know,
once meme does not work with dumb Winchester brothers because they keep coming back.
which is why God is now like, how about fuck you?
Yeah. I was like, God damn it, stop ruining my game, boys. Yeah. But yeah, it's as far as I remember, left a little bit more ambiguous here because, you know, it's science, not supernatural stuff. But
Yeah.
so they can't really be an ultimate being. Even though
No.
sometimes it feels like there is because everything's set in stone already, right?
Is this
It's the whole duology.
duality? Duality?
Duology, that's at least what it's spelled in Danish. I don't actually know if it's...
Dualitet.
No, dualitet.
Dualitet.
Yeah, it's the belief that whatever choice you make is not your choice. It is a choice made by fate or by God or by some higher being that's chosen a path for you,
Yeah.
and you cannot defy that path.
Okay.
That is what duology is.
Duology?
Duology, that is belief.
Not duality.
Yeah, duology.
G. So ology. So the science of.
Yeah, or the field of. It's an ideology, so it's
Yeah.
belief, right?
Okay, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you was trying to
It's
say
that thing you
duality.
learn in Danish. You'll learn about it when you decide to take your Danish exam. But that is like a duology, and whenever you talk about fate, you kind of talk about that ideology
Okay.
of duology,
Yeah.
where it's like every choice you make is technically not a choice you made. It's a set path for you.
Yeah.
And this game definitely talks about that ideology. You've also talked about it.
The only difference here is that all possibilities has been written,
Yes.
which means that you could technically do anything.
Yes, but you need a lot of effort to change to a different attractor field and basically change your fate.
Okay.
That's the whole point. It's like sometimes it seems hopeless
Yeah.
to jump to a different attractor field because it requires so much work.
Okay. I just
If it wasn't for Okabe, I don't think they would have reached it.
no.
That's my argument for that. Because Okabe is the only one who remembers, and therefore he knows exactly, at least at some point in the game, he knows exactly what he has to do. Yeah. I want to show you the CGO of that in English
Okay.
afterwards, because it's actually there. But my tablet doesn't have a lot of power right now, so
No.
it's gonna wait until we're done with the stream.
Sure.
Yes. That was as well as I could answer your question without spoiling.
Sure. Sure.
Because Do you ask me what decides it? I don't fucking know. Honestly, I don't know.
Like, what determines it? Like,
Fate.
yeah.
The term fate decides it, and there's nothing else to say.
I just thought you didn't want to use the word fate in this.
No, I mean, I don't want to use fate in the same way that, like, you normally use fate. But,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Well. Anyways, end of the stream.
Yeah. End of a chapter.
Yeah. Not as long as usual, but
It's okay, I'm tired and
same.
I have to get up early again. So that's okay. Sometimes it's not as long. We also haven't taken a break, so it's fine.
Yeah.
It's completely
Well,
fine.
we typically don't take a break with these.
No.
Because it's hard to find a time where you can take a break.
Yeah, unless you really need to, right?
Yeah. So.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking that maybe tomorrow we could finish our life, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll see how we feel tomorrow.
Yeah, since we recorded yesterday, that's why we didn't stream yesterday.
Yeah.
And I had to go early to bed as well, so.
And I was out on a big adventure.
Yeah, that too. It was,
get a
it
new-
was not a great day for streaming in general.
No.
So.
No.
But hopefully we can do it tomorrow. No promises, but we'll write on the social medias if we do decide to do it.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Hmm?
So. In any case.
Finish that.
Yeah. Follow us on the different medias and here on Twitch, stuff like that, so you will be able to know when we stream.
Yes. Social media is on a banner on Twitch, and if you're watching this on YouTube, all the social media and Twitch is down in the description.
Yeah.
Everything is down in the description. Both the channel social media and our individual social media, because we have our individual as well.
Yeah.
So, that's that.
Mm-hmm. If you're watching on YouTube, you subscribe
Yeah.
and ring the bell, and remember to
Turn on the setting that says see everything from this channel.
yeah. There are like 3 or 4 settings.
There's 3
in there.
settings.
Yeah. So
Nothing, curated, and everything. And curated is algorithm, so who can trust YouTube's algorithm, anyways?
yeah. So if you want to make sure that you are seeing everything that we upload on YouTube, then make sure to set it to see everything.
And that includes your subscriber feed. It doesn't pop up on your subscriber feed if YouTube doesn't think you want to watch it. I know that from personal experience.
Yeah. It's fucking stupid.
Very stupid. I can understand the homepage, but on your subscriber feed, that's just stupid.
Yeah.
At least let me choose myself what I want to watch.
Yeah. So, but yes. Otherwise, yeah.
Yeah.
On Saturday, we'll be streaming again at 8 p.m.
Yes, Saturday.
Central European time.
Yes. Last time it is Central European time.
Yeah. Because then we'll be going over to summertime.
Yeah. It changes on the night between Saturday and Sunday. But we will be done streaming by then.
Yep. We will. Because it'll be in 3 in the morning of Sunday. As far as I remember.
I mean, it's
2 in the morning, but it changes to 3 in the morning.
Exactly. There's a span of time that just disappears.
Yeah.
And then it reappears in half a year.
It's dumb. But anyways, that's just neither here nor there, because we're not going to be able to change that, and our government isn't going to change it anytime soon.
No, because the citizens don't want to change it.
Not enough, at least.
No. So we just have to live with it.
Yeah.
And that's okay. It's not a deal breaker, it's just annoying.
It's just...
At least it's on a weekend.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, it isn't like for Monday. I'm fucked.
But it's still... The issue is that it's akin to jet lag.
Yeah, it is. That's why I have sleeping medicine.
Yeah. So it just fucks with your sleep no matter what.
Yeah.
And it takes a while to get over.
Yeah.
Like, even for a normal person.
Just because I usually have work on Fridays to Saturdays.
Yeah.
So I won't even get much sleep, and then I go to sleep on Saturdays. And then daylight saving time kicks in, and I get 1 hour less of sleep.
But yeah. So Saturday, 8 p.m.
Yeah.
And maybe tomorrow, at some point, when we'll post on social media.
Yeah, on Blue Sky and Mastodon. That's where we have our channel's social media.
Yeah.
And on my Twitter.
You keep clinging to that for some reason.
Because
I know.
there's a community there, and I haven't moved.
You keep saying so. I think it's better to just get rid of it. But oh well, that's up to you. Can't decide what you do or don't do. So, but yes, we'll see you guys next time.
Yep.
For the next stream.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.